What is going on, guys? Derp here, and welcome back to another Pokemon Go video. In today's video, I'm going to be giving a brief overview of the Retro Cup meta. As you can see here, this is the Retro Cup, and basically it spans all the types that weren't released in Gen 1. So there are no Steels, there are no Fairies, and there are no Darks. So this leads to a pretty nice meta, quite refreshing. No Registeel, no Bastiodon, no Sableye, etc, etc. You get the gist. This is a really nice meta, and no Charmers. Let's go! Right, I should stop getting excited and start telling you guys some things, because I'm going to go over some of the key mons that you want to be bringing, or that you're going to be seeing, and some of the meta cores that I personally think look really strong. So, as for meta mons, first up, we've got Lickitung. You guys should know by now, Lickitung is really strong. It's really bulky, it's got a great moveset, Lick, Body Slam, and Power Whip. This thing is probably going to be on the safe swap a lot of the time. And what makes it even stronger in this cup, and the reason why it's number 1 on PV Poke, is that there is no Scrafty to hard counter this. The only real fighting type with counter is Medicham, which takes super effective from Lick, and Lickitung can flip the Medicham matchup, guys. So Lickitung is going to be very strong here. And yeah, it's got great matchups across the board, a great neutral play against a lot of things. So Trevenant, you've got the Lick, and walling the not shadow typing, the ghost typing of Trevenant. You've also got things like Wolverine, which do not want to take a Power Whip, so yes, Lickitung is going to be everywhere. If people have got it, they're probably going to be using it. One of the other mons that I think is going to be great is Regirock. Now, in Open Great League, Regirock sort of gets overshadowed by its bulkier, more ideal typed cousin, Registeel, but actually, Regirock is really sort of slept on, I think. It's got a great moveset, Lock On, Stone Edge, and Focus Blast, but it's also got Zap Cannon and Earthquake if you want to surprise some opponents. Even in sort of unfavorable matchups against a grass type, for example, Abomasnow, the most common grass type, Abomasnow gets more or less one-shot by a Stone Edge or a Focus Blast, guys. So it's definitely going to be strong. Definitely not by all means high, like, what am I getting at here? Definitely by no means top rank. For example, in a matchup like Wolverine, you're still going to have to be wary of that Earthquake. But regardless, Regirock's going to be good. And if you've got it, which bear in mind, you can only get Registeel from research breakthroughs or from a trade with somebody who got it from a research breakthrough, because from raids, you cannot get a Regirock that is below 1500 for Great League. So that's another thing to bear in mind. Not everyone will have it. Wolverine. I've mentioned Wolverine a couple of times, and yes, Wolverine's going to be also everywhere in this cup. Alongside the Shadow variant, Shadow Wolverine shouldn't be slept on either, but regardless of which one it is, Powder Snow and Icicle Spear is a deadly combination, guys, and Earthquake as the perfect coverage nuke move. Wolverine's the complete Pokemon, really. Its typing is great, though I think some things it's going to have to watch out for are the rock types, the odd fighting type you might see, and grass. But yeah, if you're going to use Wolverine, I think I've got a core coming up that Wolverine will do well in. So yes, you'll see Wolverine, or you'll use Wolverine, or both. Coffin. Now, there are two main ghost types in sort of the top 10, top 15 meta, and that's going to be Coffin and Trevenant. And both of these ghost types, they're pretty similar. Trevenant's a bit glacier, though makes up for that with a nice bait move and a nice dual typing. Coffin is going to be really good. It's a solid ghost type. It's got quite a bit of bulk. It's got Shadow Ball, Psychic, and Dark Pulse as the charge moves. And Psychic's really good coverage, and I think Dark Pulse is slightly cheaper than Shadow Ball, so acts as a bit of a bait move. Regardless, this thing's going to be great. As long as it's not matched up against one of the few Lick user normal types, it's going to have play. Again, neutral play across the board. Coffin's going to be one to look out for. I might try Coffin out myself. I've got an idea of a double ghost line, I think. Coffin and Trev might have some nice synergy as a backline. Just got to find the right mon to put in the lead. And the next up, it's Trevenant. Basically, Coffin with a bit less bulk and a bait move. It's also got a grass typing, which on the surface doesn't seem too significant, but against something like Wolverine, being able to hit with that Seed Bomb is quite solid, so loaded Trev could be quite strong. Only problem with it is like Lickitung and Licky and Snorlax, Munchlax. All of the Lick users are going to put quite a hurt on Trevenant. Lick damage is so oppressive, and yeah, so Trev's going to be good, but you just got to try, probably not safe switch, because you don't want to get it hard aligned onto something like a Lickitung. Next up, we've got Frostless, one of my personal favourite Pokemon to use in metas where it's eligible. I think Frostless is going to be amazing. It's a ghost type, but doesn't get walled by those normal Lick users, because Avalanche and Powder Snow is a deadly combination. Sort of loses to the other ghost types, but can still put a hurt on. One-shot any of them with, one-shot Trev with Avalanche and Coffin with Shadow Ball. So yeah, it's definitely going to be good. Great safe switch, tends to be a great safe switch whenever it's eligible. So I might actually use Frostless personally. I highly recommend it. It's always going to be a strong pick. And yeah, it's not really walled by anything. You'd sort of struggle against Wolverine, because Wolverine can comfortably tank one Shadow Ball, and you've got 0 fast move pressure, and you really don't want to be baiting with Avalanche, because if that gets no shielded, ooh, it's going to do barely anything to a Wolverine. But yeah, Frostless looking hella good in this Retro Cup meta. And next we've got Araquanid. So Araquanid is one of the newer Pokemon being released to Pokemon Go. It's got a really nice defense and HP, sort of, I don't know which one it is, but it's really bulky. And it's got a really decent moveset. I think Bug Bite, Bug Buzz, Bubble Beam. So it's one of them where it's sort of, it's a water type that can beat a grass type, but likewise it also doesn't want to be taking grass type moves. However, because of its bulk, it doesn't mind taking a grass type move at the same time. It's one of them Pokemon where it's a really nice sort of damage sponge if you're going to use it in a team. Again, I think I've got a core coming up using the Araquanid soon on. But yeah, you might see a few Araquanid. It's one of them where, like, I've personally not got one built because I've not got a good enough IV one. I know a few people have got it built, but if you see it, it could be a problem. You've got to prepare for something like Araquanid that can core break a few lines. Also, a really great wall to Wolverine, and I guess has got a fairly decent matchup versus Trevenant too. So a potential core breaker there for the Trevenant Wolverine core, which no spoiler alert. Sorry, I can't speak. Spoiler alert is going to be one of the cores that I'm going to have a little chat about. Jellicent. I think Jellicent is like rank 18 or something, so not the highest rank, but it's got some great play. Like, look at Wolverine. Hex Shadow Ball Jellicent can put a hurt on Wolverine. Loaded Energy can put a hurt on Trevenant. Only problem would again be that Lickitung, which I think because of the lack of dark types and fairy types, I guess, in this meta, ghost types look really good, which is where Pokemon like Lickitung come in, the Lick users. Really strong. I can't emphasize it enough, guys. If you're going to bring ghost types, bring a counter to Lickitung. They're few and far between, but I'm sure you'll have to find something. Because, yeah, Lickitung's going to be kind of insane. But yeah, back onto Jelly. Again, Regirock. Something like Regirock, it's got great play against. Resisting Ice. I think Jellicent's going to be a great Pokemon to use. And that is Lickitung again, so let's move on to the cores. I've got 4 cores here, obviously there's far more, but I'll just have a little discussion about each of them. Regirock Abomasnow, that was the first one that just sprung out to me, because what does Regirock lose to? Loses to your water types, to your steel types, but steel isn't eligible, and sort of your counter users. So the main core breaker to a line like this would be a counter user such as Medicham, which is eligible. They're not going to be too common, I expect. I might be wrong. Loads of people might use it, but it's a horrible play versus sort of Trevenant, and not being able to consistently beat Lickitung sort of deters people from using it. But yeah, Regirock Abomasnow looks really strong, I think. Let me just pull up the meta, because yeah, that's something we're going to do. So yeah, Pokemon like Altaria, Abomasnow can beat. you've got the Lick users, and both Pokemon I've got play versus the Lick users. You've got something like Wolverine, which could be a bit of an issue for Abomasnow, and I guess Regirock too, depending on the shielding scenario and the baits. But both Pokemon I've got play versus Wolverine. Regirock really doesn't want to see Trevenant. What does Abomasnow do really nice against? Trevenant. So yeah, I think this core, not perfect by any means, but looks like it could be usable. I might try it out myself. And then next core, Wolverine Trevenant. And you're probably sick of these from Open Great League, but yep, they're here and they are here, meaning business, guys. Trev Wolverine core, only really core broken with a quick glance by Lickitung. Lickitung looks like it's got great play versus them, but if you compare them with something that can beat Lickitung, you're definitely onto something if you're using this core. I think, I mean, there's not much else to say about it. You know how good they are in Open Great League, and they're even better here in Retro, it seems. Yeah, I've not got much else to say about them. Altaria and Araquanid, nearly said Jupiter there. Altaria Araquanid looks like a pretty interesting core. It's got great play against a lot of things. Altaria loses to Wolverine. What was Wolverine? It is none other than Araquanid. And I think things like Trevenant, which Araquanid might not want to see. I mean, to be honest, Araquanid is fine versus Trevenant anyway, so again, I think these two Pokemon have got quite neutral play against the whole meta. Only problem, rock types, something like a Regirock would put a lot of hurt onto this team. Thankfully with Regirock, it's got very low fast move pressure with Lock On, so both of these Pokemon are tanky enough to comfortably take one Stone Edge, I believe, and get away with it. I think some things have got sort of neutral play versus the line. I think Jellicent could be an issue if it runs Ice Beam, which I think there's a case to be made that Ice Beam might be ran in this meta, just so you're not fully walled by the Lickitung. But other than that, again, this looks like a decent core. Hakamoa Jellicent, this is a bit more spicy. Hakamoa is one of those Pokemon where you probably don't have it built, but on the off chance that you do have it built, it's rank 19 apparently, and I can sort of see why. This thing is comfortably able to comfortably beat Frostless, I believe, in the one shield, and if you use it, say, on the safe switch, you get ahead on energy. Even things like Trevenant, which is a fighting type, so it should theoretically lose to ghost types. Dragon Tail, Dragon Claw is not to be messed around with, and also from what I've seen of Hakamoa's use, one of my friends ran it in a tournament with me. Hakamoa looks really, like, significantly bulkier than its evolved form, Komodo? That's the one. So yeah, it looks good, and I think, as I talked about before, Jellicent's sort of neutral play versus anything that isn't a normal type, pretty solid, and I think Hakamoa does a decent job. Does it beat Lickitung? That is the question. I've not done my research. It loses just to Lickitung, so you might struggle a bit versus Lickitung, but I feel like it wouldn't be that bad a matchup. PvPoke, as good as it is, isn't an be-all and end-all. I think that's a phrase. It's not meaning that Hakamoa can't beat Lickitung. It's just suggesting that you might have to invest shields to perhaps win that matchup. But I think regardless, this was a bit of a last-minute video. I've whipped together some of these sort of sprites and stuff. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you've learned something from it. It's not exactly meant to be an enjoyable video, but I hope you've learned something and you're a bit readier for the Retro Cup than you were before. It's a fun meta. I'm excited. I'm bored as heck of Fossil Cup, so yeah, it's gonna be fun hopefully, and yeah, I will see you all in the next video. Peace.